Honorable Minister of Tourism, Culture and Development of Northeastern Region, Government of India, Shri G. Kishan Reddy Garu. Honorable Minister of State for Science and Technology, Independent Charge, Minister of State for Earth Sciences, and in the Prime Minister's Office, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, my colleagues, Dr. Chandrasekhar, Dr. Parvinder Maini, Dr. Nakul Parashar, and all the other colleagues in the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to be here today at this important function of inaugurating the Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate program. जैसे आपने सुना डॉक्टर परविंदर मैनी से और डॉक्टर चंद्रशेखर से, वो पूरा प्रोग्राम्स की डिटेल आपके पास है कि कैसे सारी देश में सारी थीम पे हमारे 75 साल के विज्ञान से क्या क्या हमें मिले हैं, क्या हो रहा है, उसके बारे में फंक्शंस शुरू होंगे और 28 फरवरी को कल्मिनेट करेंगे। मैं ज़रा ब्रीफली बता दूंगा कि कैसे हम यहाँ आए और आगे 2047 तक कैसे, कहाँ, किस डायरेक्शन में हमें जाना चाहिए। शायद pre-independence India saw the successes of great individual scientists who contributed in a world where scientific institutions were sparse. So you had great scientists such as Meghnad Saha, Janaki Ammal, Ramanujan, C.V. Raman, Bose, Satyan Bose, J.C. Bose, etc., who made extraordinary contributions. But that was a world, both in India and abroad, before the institutionalization of scale of science. Post-independence India saw, both in India and all over the world, science becoming a major institution. And in India, this saw the rise of our major institutions such as the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, which was founded a little earlier, the Department of Atomic Energy, later on the Department of Science and Technology, the Department of Defense Research, and so on. These great institutions truly transformed the development of science and technologies for India, and they did so by interacting with the university system in a manner where the best students came to these institutions and extraordinary work was done both in fundamental research as well as in applications, and these had major impact. And those iconic ones you well know of, successes in the Department of Space, for example, and the Department of Atomic Energy, in agricultural research and health research, and so on. The post-independence period also saw extraordinary individual scientists. It's not that they were not there. Govind Swarup built radio telescopes in India, which were absolutely world-class and did world-class research. We had Dr. Panchanan Maheshwari at Delhi University, who opened up the field of plant research in new ways. Dr. G.N. Ramachandran at Bangalore. Dr. Shipra Goa Mukherjee also contributed to plant research in new ways, as well as Anna Mani in meteorology. So this combination of great institutional building allowed these scientists and the teams to contribute to research in India. But there was one feature of this growth of early post-independence research which now bears correction and is being corrected. And that is the role of research in the university system. For a variety of reasons, both internal to the university system and external, that is these institutions like the CSIR and the Department of Atomic Energy and so on, which I've referred to, the university system became a feeder to the research institutions, but less and less research was done in the university system. Now, this is not the way which has happened in the rest of the world. The rest of the world, research institutions and university systems are intimately connected. What has happened in the last few years is a major step in the correction of this balance, and that is the new national education policy. And that aims not only to bring research and teaching together across our system, but it also aims to ensure that research of the highest quality is done in our university system, our central universities, our state universities, our colleges, and these great research institutions are interlinked with them in a hub and spoke model where they are sort of like the field stations of research of all of the people. This intertwining is very, very important as we go ahead. And as it happens even now, it is able to address the major problems in our society, in India, and really the major problems all over the world. Now, the situation is that which the pandemic has taught us is research ideas and problems are defined by a grounding in our ecosystem, and they are tackled at the high-tech level or at various other kinds of levels by a partnership between research institutions, universities, and industry. This industrial partnership has also grown extraordinarily over the last few years in our startup ecosystem and the partnership between industry and academia in multiple other areas. So going forward, what do we do? If you look at 2047, it is clear that there are extraordinary challenges which the world faces and which India is in a very strong position to help solve because of our very talented young people. So if we can take our research ecosystem to this broad areas which I talked about, we will be playing a major role not only addressing the challenges which India faces, but the whole world faces. Going forward for the next 25 years, very simply, there are major issues which we know are there to be addressed, and these relate to agriculture, health, climate change, biodiversity, environment, manufacturing, computers, supercomputing, quantum missions, and so on. So these are what one would call the known problems which we need to address. And major missions have been launched, major partnerships with industry and academia, which will drive this known knowns. So this is a thrust which is already there and which will go forward. There are also other kinds of challenges which we are addressing today, and they are what one would call the known unknowns. The exploration of the deep ocean we know that there are new science, new avenues of findings, new technologies which would be needed to explore the deep ocean. So this is a known unknown, and the deep ocean mission which the Mantriji has launched under the aegis of the Ministry of Earth Sciences will explore such known unknowns, just as we would explore space and continue to do so. So these are the known unknowns. There are also other areas which are very complicated, which are known. We know that they are complicated, but we are unable to address right now. How does the brain, for example, which is a collection of billions of neurons and trillions of connections, how does it process information to result in action? That is unknown right now, and we know that it's an unknown. There are many areas of complex mathematics, also such as in fluid mechanics, where we know that we have important problems to solve, but we're yet unable to find the tools to solve it. So there's a great scope here for young minds to be innovative and attack these new areas of knowledge in a manner where new tools come to bear so that we can solve them. Finally, there are problems which we don't know that they exist, and we don't know what those problems are. How can we ever be prepared for something which are unknown unknowns? How can we be prepared for something which we don't know exists? The only way we can do that is by widespread training and education of our youth, so that when something unusual and strange and something which are unprepared for comes, these people have the intellectual tools to tackle them. So this requires fundamental training in our own languages, in science, logic, reasoning, and this should go to our school levels and our college level. And that, again, to come back to where I started, is a major thrust of the national education policy. So there are many things which we have done, we should be proud of. We are prepared very well going forward to what we need to do, and we are sure that with this enthusiasm and and this ability to work together, if we do that well, we will be able to tackle anything for the next 25 years. Thank you very much.